welcome back to Netrunner, where we jack in, run the nets, hack some corpse, or try to advance shady agendas. Um, Last time I was on, I spent some time trying to make an NBN deck and had some fun with that, and quickly realized that there were some serious monetary issues trying to leverage a credit differential and run my ice. But the core idea of I can use Drago to stick a tag out of window, that is to say, without my opponent being able to do anything about it, and have a modest but significant amount of tag punishment to follow up on it, is definitely something I want to follow through on. And then Sokka came and made this gem of a deck. It is I'm not going to say it's perfect or excellent or whatever, because all I need to say is it won a tournament, so it can't be bad, right? It's got to be good. But what's amazing to me about it is how much it both goes all in on tags and at the same time doesn't seem to care about tags. Like when I think all in on tags, I'm thinking you need boom to follow it up and win, right? Or you trash a key component of the rig so that you can win. What this deck does is it runs a combination of resource hosing to get ahead, market forces to keep the player bankrupt, self-growth program to keep them boardless and bankrupt. And it just leverages these repeatedly to force the runner into a really bad situation. After that, all you need is backroom machinations for 1 point, 2 3-pointers, and you win. Now, ordinarily, the solution to this from the runner side tends to be some combination of get enough in your going in your early game that you're not just hopelessly behind, and then catch up a little on the back end, steal an agenda, go tag me, whatever, and you win. But what's amazing about this is Bellona, as we talked about when I was making my credit differential deck, can't be stolen with less than 5 credits. So you're not going to be able to steal this if I keep you broke, which removing all those tags will. And then when you go tag me, I have a button to make you broke. But Degree Mill also is protective. If you happen to have a good piece on the board, you're getting rid of it from my Degree Mill. And if you have a good piece that's even modestly expensive, I'm going to self-growth it away from you, which means even if I put 4 agendas in the trash, there's a good chance that you can't just easily steal them because I can keep you locked out. Or I shouldn't say trash. If you're tag me running R&D, I can still potentially delay your win a lot. Still, you might get an agenda. You might even get 2, but you need 3 out of 6 in a tight-sized deck with all of this hinging on Drago. But now here's the problem. Drago's going to make, the corp bankrupt, right? Wrong. NBN Reality Plus gives you 2 credits every time you get a tag on a runner, so Advanced Drago tag gives you back the money you spent for it and puts the runner in a position of credit remove tag, so we can slow the early game down immensely as long as I can open with Drago, failing which Spin Doctor times 3, Rashida times 1 to help me find a Drago. Once Drago's down, archive mem, keep the Drago going. I don't know, man. I haven't played this deck very much, but I've played it once or twice. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and now I'm going to see if we can't get another game in under here. But that's it for now. Let's see if there's anyone who wants to play against it. I've also experimented with Sokka's other deck, the runner side, and I am loving it. I'm probably gonna at some point do that as well. Oh, and it looks like we have somebody watching on stream. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're enjoying and your weekend, and always be running. Is this? Oh, whoa! No, that's breaking my stream. Let's not do that. In retrospect, probably should have done at least some of that discussion while waiting for an opponent. So tweaks to the deck. Obviously, that's the fun, right? Is building it, making it your own. I don't know that I value Mouseless as highly as I should. The fact that it reses for 2 credits if your opponent isn't breaking it is really good. But apart from that, it's kind of a lot of influence to have the full package of three. I feel like if I'm going to include another card, I can ditch those three influence. And the card that I keep going back to is it called Sabotage? No, Retribution. Retribution feels like such a natural fit for this deck. Destroy the boat or force your opponent to get rid of it. Only problem with Retribution is if I reach the point that I can use it, isn't it a little bit more win more since I can already just shuffle it back into your hand and keep you too broke to play it? So I'm not convinced that's the right adjustment to make, but it's something I've thought about. Boom is also exactly three influence, so cut one Mouseless, pick up one Boom, adds another way to end the game, is something that I've considered. But again, what's amazing about the deck is it increases its consistency of those critical opening turns, make it more likely that you get to the end game. And then it doesn't matter if the end game takes a little bit longer to win out. You're not winning with a single boom, you're winning with a series of higher pain point agenda scores. But man, I had a game where I scored out a Market Forces behind a porous was it called Funhouse? Yeah, Funhouse against an opponent who had already gone tag me. But because I was able to do something like advance once, archive mems, market forces, he had to spend his whole turn going credit, 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 credit. At which point I say, okay, archive mem, market forces, advance it again, and that's it. I just scored it the next turn. Overload, of course, would have hurt me there, but I don't remember why I wasn't worried about that in that situation. Uh, Slow morning. I'm looking around here to see if I recognize all the people, or don't, as the case may be. While I'm at it, probably should check up on the Twitch stream. Looks like somebody else has joined us on Twitch. Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm also simul streaming this to YouTube, so I'm hoping that that's not broken, but we'll see. I wonder if the recording name tag scares people away. Honestly, it's fine. I feel strongly that you shouldn't record other people without, especially if you intend to show it to the world, without their knowledge. Whether or not you have the right to doesn't really matter. It's about what's kind, not what's legal. In the meantime, I hope you all having a good weekend. Let's see what's coming up here. Honestly, one of my biggest issues with the deck, and one of the biggest reasons I want to play it right now, is I actually don't know how to play against it. I'm not sure what sequence of moves, so to speak, I would use to win, unless my opponent gets, unless if this deck gets unlucky. Obviously, it's as vulnerable to bad luck as the next fat person. You don't see a Drago for your first 20 cards. You don't really have a way to summon Drago, so to speak, and you don't have a way to start offensively pressuring your opponent. Right? Let me pull up here. What you're doing at that point is digging with money and spin doctors and just draws while putting down a couple ice on your servers. But until they run, nothing happens, and I don't force them to run in any way. um, and if they can get a little bit of a board going and a little bit of recurring income, especially with Rizekis or uh, uh, whatnot, that can really slow down my ability to get things started. Once they have the funds, and in the Shaper's case, a misdirection, they can remove tags en masse, and that's really difficult. However, once tags start sticking, you can do things like advance tag, and then with your last click, add 2 installed runner cards to the grip. So all that big setup work to get down a 4 credit breaker here and a 6 credit, 5 credit resource there, and a 4 credit something there, boom, here's 12 credits back to your hand, and now you have to run Drago without him. And if you do, then I'll do it again. And yeah, very punishing. But if you don't get the early Drago off and you're digging for it and you're not ahead already, the deck doesn't have a whole lot that it can do to proactively win with its game plan, right? Bologna by itself behind a tagging ice is a little taxing, but it's not going to stop them from just stealing it. You're not building out a really good board with anything except this. Should I remake? I'll remake. Maybe that will pop it up higher on the list somewhere. This, I promise, this gets more interesting when we're playing. in particular, because I am probably not going to play this deck correctly. I'm not going to optimally. I mean, it's like what second time running it, so I have every expectation it's going to take at least a couple runs for me to start making the right decisions and not constantly having to look up all the cards in it. But I am hoping to find an opponent that makes me feel weak when I run this deck, and not just once, but a couple times. One thing in particular that this deck seems like it would not do well against, if I had to guess, would be a Blind Fury Anarch that does a lot of sabotage and running naked, as it were, right? Because if you think about it, those kind of decks, they can slap down a crediting resource, hit, and then boom. They can sabotage and boom and go for it. But one thing that's interesting in terms of this deck's resilience against such attitudes is it has 3 archive memories. More than most Netrunner decks, it has that effect like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or in certain Magic archetypes where the graveyard is just an extension of your hand, right? If you knock out Drago, my first Drago, into the trash, that's actually good for me because you just turned on my next 3 archive memories to find it, as opposed to if it's in my deck and I can't do anything with it. If there was an option to start the game by drawing, and I don't have Drago, and I had a do you want to trash 6 cards, I'd probably say yes, just to get archive memories in the bin. And my only expensive agendas are self-protected. So, even if one of them gets nicked, it denies the runner the exact thing they're desperately trying to build against me: credits and board state, i.e. tempo. So, gotta hope. Gotta hope. Maybe cat's out of the bag on the deck, or possibly nobody around right now to play. So see if anybody said anything interesting in channel. Doesn't look like it. Continental streams now at Project Nisei's Twitch channel. Please tell me that is old news, because if that's right now, oh my god, why am I here? We should be watching that stream and not this one. That would certainly explain any lack of people's interest in watching stream right now. Let me hop over and take a look, because that was something I was completely unaware of, if that's the case. And I might just stop streaming and just play play around games. Yeah, it looks like we're in the same channel, sorry, the same time slot as Nisei's stream right now. So I would rather, honestly, you all watch that stream if watching a stream is what y'all are interested in. I'll if I can get a game going, I'll probably continue this just for the sake of being able to play a game and have it recorded for my YouTube channel. But the Project Nisei stream of Continentals is almost certainly more interesting Netrunner content than Amateur Hour. This is probably those games. Are we able to spectate them? No, they're locked out. Okay. That would be interesting to just be able to spectate directly while we're waiting. Looks like we've got a couple people just started up a game of Startup. I should probably get a Startup deck I can play, just so that I can jump in on those games too. While we're waiting, let's go back to trying to theorycraft. What else would I want in this deck? Again, I think the thing that makes this deck work is a turn 1 ice, Drago, and money, ideally. Or cheap ice, Drago. Uh, Money wise, all you're really working with is 3 hedge funds and 1 sub. That's kind of it. Uh, Rashida, I wouldn't consider money in that context because it would need to be guarded. If you can't get a Drago turn 1, but you can put a Rashida behind ice, that's still quite good. Because, drawing out of a 44 card deck, drawing that deep in. I think the mull for Drago turn 1 every time is probably the correct move. Because without Drago on turn 1, and that's your best chance to get it, right? We've got another person wanting to corp, but yeah, I'm kind of all in today on at least getting one game out of this deck. Let me do this. Oh, it says any side. That's not what I wanted. New game as a corp, please, and recreate. Still in standard. Gowan is running a Wayland deck. That's what just got added on. GameNet, Asmari. This is interesting. I have this bad habit. I just assume when I find out something or learn something or come up with an idea, everyone must have figured it out at the exact same time. Instead of, we got a bite. We got a bite. Hey, good luck, have fun. Let's go. I thank you all for your patience. Ooh, Freedom Kamala. Once per turn, you may remove X virus counters from your install cards to trash a card that you access at no cost, even if it normally could not be trashed. That is not great, but it's not terrible. This is a good hand in most decks, but since I'm specifically on the Drago plan, let's mull for Drago. Oh my god, we got him. We got him, we got Endis Eula, and we don't have much else worth noting. Unfortunately, this is all very vulnerable to being trashed out of hand. Not the right order either. I guess we go Drago Ice Credit, and then pass turn. Do we draw once for better money instead of credit, and then fake that the ice works? Maybe. Yeah, that's even worse. I don't think I put the Drago down yet. I think I risk the low chance of him finding it in my hand relative to my fear that he runs the remote. I think I dig one more time, looking for something better. Now we go. That's good. We'll slap this over HQ to... it's a waste on HQ. This is a good hard ETR for my remote. I want this over Drago to make running the remote punishing. Sorry. Hard first turn. Okay, we have attitude adjustment and we have 2-degree mills. That kind of writes itself. Let's drop the endless ULA. Let's just let him into HQ. We'll slow down his R&D dig eventually, and we'll set this up on a new remote. We're just going to be wide open on turn 1. He is welcome to look at the trash anytime he likes. The moment I think he has enough installed on the board to be threatening, I'll attitude adjustment it. Yeah, and I'll just take my 1 in 4, 1 in 5 that he doesn't hit my Drago. That's fine. That's fine. That is less fine, but okay. I have all my tag punishment and none of my tags yet. This actually brings him to 0 credits, but he has recurring money and he'll gain more money. I don't think I use it yet. I think we do this. Oh, that was a mistake, of course. Look, there we go. Okay, let's go. I think we have to do this. If I don't res IP block, if he runs into the IP block right now and I res it, trace him, can I stop him from getting? He probably has enough to get it. Yeah, no, I think it's better to give the tag right away and gain money off it, and we'll see what happens. In theory, he runs the server, slams into the IP block, gets slowed down further. In practice, who knows what he'll do. If he installs anything of value, he may or may not expect just how much. He could technically run archives right now and steal one of those, and that would be really bad for me. Technically, he could slap down a card, run archives, and steal both. This is like some Regenesis level taking risks play right now. But I don't feel like I have a lot of options. Oh, sweet. He's playing into the prison. That's kind of what we want to happen. All right. What's up? The third degree mill. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. Okay. I think we just slow play here. Advance, advance. Give him another tag. Gain more money. And then self-growth program a couple things back into his hand. This doesn't cost him very much, so I'm not excited to put that in his hand yet. This is potential money for him, so I'd like that gone. This slows down his money gain significantly, so I'd like that gone. And then we'll end his turn. And I still need to find the time for attitude adjustment eventually. I have another one of those, which is why I'm so willing to give it up. This is a barrier breaker, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he can get in pretty easily. That he probably trashes for free with Kamala. And now I have nothing going for me. If I was him, I hammer HQ 3 more times. He is a more paced player than I am. How do I get ahead here? I need a burst of income desperately. I can play this to gain a couple credits. That's good. That's actually really good. Okay. I think click to trash this for 3, click to make some money, click to draw some cards is the approach. And I want to draw cards after I've shuffled things in. So let's do this. Let's click to trash this for 3. Click to put this on a new remote. Draw some non-agenda cards. And shuffle back in some agendas. And that will be the end of my turn. I now have much more of what I need. I'm not going to bother with that. He's going to assume there are no agendas in archives right now, so it's safe to throw one out. And I have the Drago on the board, so I can, or not Drago, the Spin Doctor on the board, so I can get it back if I have to. This is kind of blank. He can get in very easily. All he has to do is break the first sub, and he's in. So that's a terrible piece of ice right now. What options do I have? I could put a mouse on that server. I'd rather he lose the credits, so I'm going to let him trash that. I had hoped that he would spend credits, but of course it's a 0 cost and he can Kamala. Still, it's better. I'm not going to burn that shuffling any of this in yet. He got the Poimo back, and he's got more stuff. Okay. What wins me the game here? If I go advance, tag, gain 2 credits back, and play this to go up to an extra credit and put him on 1 credit, he already has plenty of offshored money, so that doesn't do me any favors. If I start guarding my board, I can't afford to put much down. I think we have to go slow here, but I do think we need to guard the board better. So let's put... He's going to start running archives the moment I block everything else. So I want to leave him 1 server that I don't mind him running. And I think that's HQ right now. I think that's R&D right now. It's more painful to lose what's in my hand than lose what I don't know. He can break IP blocks easily. I don't have a way of permanently dealing with a cheap fractor like Yusuf. Let's go taxation on archives. Unknown on R&D to slow him down, and speed bump on HQ. There. Now he doesn't know where I'm coming from. You could argue that I should have put mouse on the remote. That's what I think is probably correct. Oh, no, 0. That's not good for me at all. Now he has a good way of getting money, a good way of getting virus counters. Okay, so he's managed to get a great board state going. All-Seeing Eyes still helps me a ton here, though. I'm not out of this by a long shot, but I need to start digging for answers quick. I could Drago here just to force him on the back foot. And then trash his 8 credit buildup. But if I do that, I will be bankrupt for life. So I think I'd rather do this. But he's offshoring his money anyway, so it's kind of relevant. No, we're gonna use this to tax out clicks and credits the slow way. I need to find something to slow him down further. Click 2 credits. Lost his decoder. My mouse solace just got a little bit more valuable. Thing is, he can walk through every server right now, and archives is completely unguarded. And I got a degree mill again. I don't even want to think how many degree mills I've drawn this game. First click draw, second click draw, third click. Do I trash the IP block? No, not necessarily. I think if I put mouse on that remote, he's not getting in there cheaply. It's just as protected as it is now, but I'm a little poorer. If I put Funhouse, I'm not resing it anytime soon. It might force him to go tag me in the future, though. I really need to beta run so that I can do this before he's too rich, but he's going to be too rich before I can do anything about it. Damn, I am so trapped. So I don't know if this is that a bad draw or if it's me playing the deck poorly that I ran out of money so quickly. I'm not going to need a spare Drago anytime soon. Well, I might, actually. What I'm not going to need is all this extra ice. And the moment I get the chance, I am going to be Jacksoning back both of those, so I may as well put them in there now. Lib accounts. It's probably not worth my entire turn to... Oh, there's the Jackson I needed. There is the hedge fund I needed last turn. Do I tag him here? No, I don't. I'll get my chance to deny him credits eventually. I just don't know when. We're not getting this income disparity that I want soon enough. Bologna, I won't be able to protect. This is the only way I have of getting back in the game. We'll pitch Drago. And Yeah, he's not running HQ R&D enough to carry it. When he starts running the 6 credits is plenty taxing, and HQ I'm just going to have to let him in. Okay, we're good. I can't actually... Yep, that's fine. Continue to movement. You can absolutely get in there. Already made up our minds on that score. But with Kamalo, he can... Oh, wow. Do I let him or don't I? Now I have to remove this card from the game to do this. I'm at too much risk otherwise, but now he can win just by running R&D repeatedly. The only thing that wins me the game is All-Seeing Eye to get back in, and I don't think I'm going to get there. I think that I'm going to need more self-growth programs than I can spare. Do I gain money? Yeah, I'm too poor right now. I do need to start getting more money before I can happily switch over. I need to be able to float enough to res these ice. As much as I really wanted to dig 2 cards that turn instead. Okay, now he's getting a lot of value. This is the time to res Endless Eula. If he has a Hippo or something similar to break it with, or sorry, to trash it with, oh, like that, like Botulus. It's a good thing he Botulus an ice that I literally don't care about. Okay, I guess I was entitled to at least 1 luck. Let's trash a resource here. Which one? Probably this one. Yeah, definitely that one. Clicking 2 credits every turn is a very high rate of damage. I do need to find the time for the pad tab. Do I res this or don't I? Nah, it's functionally dead. He found the one of market forces I've been saving. Lucky. I'm not at the point where I'm going to be able to tag storm, and he just cracked for money. So that's bad for me. Let's go with bad for me. Definitely bad for me. I could install trashing or... denying him a credit now has a little less value. So we'll do advance, tag. And then trash this resource. I don't know how I actually end up taxing him out in this game. There we go. That's actually not bad for me. That's not bad for me at all. No, maybe I should have installed it last turn. Ah, another one? Dang. I think a funhouse is the way to go here. Yeah, I definitely think a funhouse is good here. Over HQ. I want to put him in the difficult situation of deciding to keep his Botulus alive when he's memory capped. That's why I'm willing to pay a credit. He probably stops running HQ when he's accumulating tags to do it. I'm probably okay with that. It also signals that I'm afraid of his HQ pressure, so maybe that's another factor as well. I guess not. He can run R&D trash just as easily, so yeah. He's got money, no questions there. Turnpiking R&D is solid, and then we'll just take 2 credits. super slow. It's super slow, but it's necessary, so we'll just do it. Don't actually feel like I'm playing this very well. I feel like I've left Drago wide open, and he probably should know it, even if he doesn't. But you know what? I could get lucky and draw All Seeing Eye off the top, tag, boom, win. So, I don't win, but he does know it. Yeah, I've given up, unfortunately, a little too much to be able to even hope to stop him here. So we'll continue. He's in. He's in. So yeah, this was a case of getting Drago early enough, but not being able to apply enough pressure with him to win. Uh, and granted, I'm not losing per se, but my game plan relies on me being able to do more than I have. He doesn't have a code gate breaker or any means of breaking code gates. So if he runs here, I probably mouse him. And if he doesn't run here, he can just sit there wondering what I would be doing. It's obvious from the fact that I have 0 credits that this is what this is. But he also doesn't have a way of breaking a sentry. Does this pay itself back? It does. So yeah, we're happy to crack this. That was good play on his part, by the way. Notice that he correctly read the situation and went to a different server, but still forced me to crack it. All right, fire unbroken subs. 5 strength is plenty. I don't need it to be more than that. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay, he lets it hit. I'll take the money, please. I already have the Drago in hand. If you keep running, I absolutely res this. Oh, he stopped. I don't know why he stopped. I would have kept going. He's got 23 credits and plenty of clicks. Unless there's a deeper play here I'm not seeing. I think install advanced Drago is decent, and then I pop mouse. Wait, can he just not get in? He's got to have bin breakers for code gates. Yeah, no, when it counts, he can get in. When it counts, he can get in. He's probably digging for a sentry breaker. Attitude adjustment. Did that just save my game? Not really. Drago is probably better. I do have an archive mem, so what am I not using that I need to be using right now? Nothing. Everything is exactly where I need it to be, so that's fine. What I could do, I could shuffle both of these back to hand right now and deny him all the money they're worth. Or I could just purge them. I know it seems like a really slow turn, and it is a really slow turn, but I'm so far away from being able to deal with him getting a sudden 12 credits. Oh, did he get his console when I wasn't paying attention? Yeah, knob carry. That's fine. So now he has a way in that costs slightly less, but still gives me free money from the tags every turn. Do I want money or do I want cards? I kind of feel like I want cards, but that's just the greedy. I should probably take the money. Continue to movement. He can break the sub, I'm sure. So this sub will be broken every single time. Whether he chooses to break it or not, I would like go, whoa, what happened? I didn't know I was getting hippoed. Oh, that sucks. He doesn't actually have enough to break both here. So this one time this actually fires, I will res it. And he can decide if he wants to lose to the trace or get through and break the end of the run. He can't break both, so literally just this one time it's useful. What did he break? Let's find out. All right, so he'll take the trace. I don't need to bid high because I'm not getting paid off on this. Continue to movement, and it's going to be... He apparently had a... Oh, he was going to trace through the pay through the trace or something. That's fine. Yep, that was the expected outcome. No problem. He does or does not have enough virus counters to blow this. I guess he does. He has exactly enough because he gains them on completion. That was a really bad turn for me. I really needed that to work in order to get ahead. But maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm finally at the point where I have just enough tempo to out-tempo this guy. Do I give him a tag now or don't I? I don't want to pay him off on both turns, but I can't Drago on my turn if on his turn if he gets through. Is he getting through? He's got the Fractor. It only triggers on a successful run to gain the barrier break. So he's going to run into this, trace through it, and get in. Unless I res both of these for 6, this one's going to hit unequivocally. This one's going to hit conditionally. If he runs this straight, he loses. If he runs HQ first, gets a counter, and then runs, I think I risk it. I think I go all or nothing here because I'm fairly convinced that he's convinced this is an agenda. I don't think he thinks I would hold back on a Drago play, and I really do need the tempo. Nope, he's going in on R&D. Wait, what happened? Did he have a gachapon down when I wasn't paying attention? No, he trashed a gachapon. Yeah. So like I said, he's going on R&D. That's fine. I let him get away with way too much this game money-wise, and that's really holding me back. It looks like somebody else just joined our stream, so hi guys. Learning how to play this deck one piece at a time. Let's see how he creatively deals with this ice. Presumably just breaks the trace and walks in. That's fine. Oh, that might be the game. He's got most of my agendas. Oh, not what I expected. Okay. So here's the question. What can I do with 2 tags off of Drago? Not a hell of a lot. I can bring him down quite a few credits and bring myself up to 8. I can bring us even. I don't have anything hiding anywhere to attitude adjustment with. I think he's done enough. I think he's actually done enough to get far enough ahead. Do I draw 2 cards? Maybe? Instead of taking 2 credits? What am I digging for? I'm digging for the last copy of Self-Improvement Program. I'm digging for... No, that's not it. He thinks I'm about to boom him. That's the problem. That's not good enough. Yeah, I'm not on boom. So he doesn't know this deck already, which is fine. I think I take the money here. I think I'm so poor that I still need money in order to do anything. So we'll do that. And we'll take another, but we'll continue to festoon him in tags. And then we'll market forces him poor. And now the game is going to be to keep him poor. If he wants to remove all those tags, that's most his turn. He gets 1 run, and I still get to Drago him. If he doesn't remove the Drago, this is a little bit Pyrrhic. I only have used 1 of these, so if I draw the other one, I can still get a lot of value back in this deck. But damn it, I need better ice. I know he's going to break it and get in, so that's not worth slowing down for. Just finish the job. He got the attitude adjustment, and I would trash it just to thin out my hand. Okay, and he got money back from the fermenter. That's it. There's that. Here, this time we draw cards. And do we do anything else? I think we pre-advance this another. Let's really go all in on the tag game right now. Until I have better ice or something interesting to put down, I want to force him to run this server. All my good ice is on this server. If he doesn't run it, I don't deal damage. Maybe that's the trick to beating this. He managed to make me defend all my servers instead of just one. He has enough to pull out Black Orchestra and kill my mouse right now. Black Orchestra comes out for 3, 6, 9, 12-ish, and then Hippo. It's probably good enough. Trash. I really wanted to All-Seeing Eye. I'm really upset that I'm not getting that opportunity. Of these, Market Forces is my best bet to win. So we'll ditch the unuseful ice. Okay. Run HQ. You don't hippo this. It wouldn't make any sense to hippo this. It's functionally dead. Okay, I guess you do hippo it. Oh, because you can do it more than once per turn. So you're just hammering HQ all turn today. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If he hits the Bologna, I lose. But the odds on that are not great. Of course, the odds in 3 ones are. GG. So, how far off was I from winning this game? It feels like I was insanely far off, but looking at his board state, it's not untenable. It's just I didn't get far enough ahead financially to push him off a cliff. And I guess misplacement of ice. If there had been a code gate breaker on HQ, it would have gotten Botulus just the same, huh? Clearly, I need to run this deck more before I get good enough at it to know that I'm doing well or badly with it. I liked how good it felt to keep tagging him. I liked how good it felt for him to keep losing tags, and me to keep pressuring them back on. That was a good feeling for sure. But yeah, that's all I've got for now. I would love to stream this again later on today or some other day, but for now, especially if Project Nisei is streaming, I recommend you all go there, and I'll see. I wish I knew how to do the whole invade other stream thing, but anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys